Hello and a very good morning. Thanks for tuning in to News 9 Live. I'm Kabir Naqvi. Joining me here in the studio is my colleague Varghese P. Abraham. And what we're essentially up to every day at 8 a.m. is to take a look at what we've missed out during the night, the overnight developments, what are some of the top headlines suggesting on various newspapers, English, Hindi, regional, you name it. And we also have, the internet headlines and what the social media is abuzz with. We'll talk about all of that. At the moment, we've got plenty of topics to discuss over here. We've got the Manipur, where looted arms has become a huge worry. Right here on the front page, I'm looking at the Home Minister's reaction on the SC ruling on ED chief's extension, which the Supreme Court says that is illegal. And now the process of electing the next ED boss is going to gather pace. The Trinamool Congress in West Bengal's Panchayat polls and Mamata Banerjee's sweeping victory. What does this mean for Mamata Banerjee? How is she going to posture herself essentially ahead of 2024? That's something that we're going to look at. 28% GST, ladies and gentlemen, on gaming, casinos and horse racing. Many of you are going to be interested in that, certainly. And of course, a lot of other topics to talk about. 415 million people who exited poverty in India in the last 15 years. This by a global index. Essentially, lots to speak about. What do you want to begin with first, Varghese?
Well, I think first we should start with Amit Shah's reaction to the
Certainly.
SC ruling on ED's tenure.
Well, yeah.
And I think all the papers have covered it and have spoken about it in length. And the reaction is very interesting because here Amit Shah makes it very clear when it comes to the SC ruling on the entire ED tenure issue. Because what the SC essentially said, that it goes to some of the 2021 judgment it had put in, and therefore the extension has been considered to be illegal. But for me, what caught the eye in this entire controversy, it's all about how Amit Shah was in fact speaking about some of these statements that have been coming from him. He said, now I'm taking the Hindustan Times, Kabir, let me start with that. What it says is this: chief not important work is what Shah has said. Union Home Minister Amit Shah on Tuesday said that the opposition leaders rejoicing at the Supreme Court verdict.
The ED chief's extension, Varghese, the ED chief's extension is illegal, but he can stay till the 31st of July, is what the SC says. Court upholds amendments giving up to 5 years to the Enforcement Directorate and the CBI heads. Now, the term was supposed to end on the 18th of November. Now, you're saying that Amit Shah is talking about how the work is important and not the tenure of the ED chief. But Amit Shah has also said that those rejoicing should not be so happy because the work against corruption is going to continue.
Yeah, that's what he's, and he went on to say that the opposition leaders rejoicing at the Supreme Court verdict on extension to Enforcement Directorate Chief SK Mishra were being delusional for various reasons. The amendments to the CVC Act, which was duly passed by the Parliament, have been upheld. Powers of the ED to strike at those who are corrupt and on the wrong side of the law remain the same, as what Shah has tweeted. So the Home Minister has also said that ED is an institution which rises beyond any one individual and is focused on achieving its core objective to investigate offences of money laundering and violation of foreign exchange laws. Thus, who the ED director is, that is not important, because whoever assumes this role will take note of the rampant corruption of Kosi Club of entitled Dynasts who have an anti-development mindset. So multiple strikes over here that we are looking at. Now, a lot of the opposition leaders had in fact said that some of the extensions could be considered as illegal. They have also said that the ED was being used only against them, and they had approached the court on that also. Now, here it is politics and also what I would call as a background motivation as well, where to say that we will in fact continue with what we are doing. And the words that he uses is very interesting. He says, thus who the ED director is not important, because whoever assumes that role will take note of the rampant corruption of a Kosi Club of entitled Dynasts. So which means, the ED has been raiding a lot of regional parties and their leaders.
Right.
Who have been
the opposition clearly miffed with that. The opposition clearly thinks that this is some sort of overreach of powers of by the Home Minister and the central agencies. But then again, who the ED director is, That is not important because whoever assumes the role is going to take note of the corruption. This club of entitled Dynasts, graphed by cozy club of entitled Dynasts, is going to continue to be under the lens. But Varghese, the bigger question now is,
Who next?
who next?
Yes,
The process to select the next enforcement
who next
directorate
is the
boss
big
is now
question
going to
then.
gather speed. The SC has set July 31st, which is the end of this month, as the date for Sanjay Mishra to demit office. The government faces the tough task of quickly finalizing its choice for the post, which had acquired an unprecedented aura under him to become synonymous with the Modi government's anti-corruption plank. So, who after SK Mishra? That's going to be a big question.
No, also, Kabir, when we see this issue about the ED, we must understand that politicization of ED has been there because, you know, the people who have been targeted by the ED or the raids have been conducted by the ED were people from big political,
Right.
families and the established leaders as well. So the opposition has always been saying that ED is weaponized, and they have been putting out the argument saying that, look, so many raids have happened. What is the conviction rate? And we did see that I am not able to recall the statistics right now, but the conviction rate was actually poor. But the fact remains is that investigations do continue, and most of them were kept on their toes when the investigations were continuing. So the big question that they've been asking on this is that why is it that the ED being weaponized? But remember, during the time of the Congress, one of the chief agencies that were used for investigation, and everybody used to nickname it as the Congress Bureau of Investigation at a time. There was a CBI. There was a CBI thing that was put on a lot of opposition leaders, and now the Enforcement Directorate has got that order under the BJP as well, and of course. Right now, the big question is who's going to replace
It says
Mishra.
here the replacement will be helped by the presence of seasoned investigators like Sonia Narang, IPS 2002 batch, Satyabrat Kumar, IRS 2004 batch, and Monica Sharma, IRS 2003 batch, while Narang is heading all investigations of the central regions besides the Special Task Force. Kumar is assisting the director as staff officer and in charge of ED's western region. Sharma is overseeing the headquarters investigation unit. The agency has at least 7 officers in the rank of special director, each with key responsibilities entrusted to them. Now, these special directors have been handling important cases of politically exposed persons for a considerable time and will act against the disruptive effect of Mishra's departure. So, there is an interim team that is already in place. Let's not forget that.
Well, also they have given out a very interesting article as in the Hindustan Times where they say that longest serving ED chief whose tenure added teeth to the agencies. Interestingly enough, this is what they say, that while opposition parties allege that ED has targeted them during the stint to help the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party, around 100 opposition leaders have been arrested in ED cases in these 56 months. People close to him deny such claims, saying ED has investigated a range of cases from China-backed fintech firms to online gaming apps, from conmen such as Sukesh Chandra Shekhar to builders who duped gullible buyers, from illegal sand mining mafia to fugitive businessmen, and from Naxals to terror funders. So I think Sanjay Mishra or Sanjay Kumar Mishra's legacy on ED is going to be huge when he exits from that particular role. And of course, it's going to be a huge shoes to fill in as well. And as you
this is what the Congress says, Varghese. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what the Congress is saying. Congress is saying probe all Enforcement Directorate actions after the 17th of November 2021.
No, that's politics, isn't it? That's politics. That is way what we call as politics, because at the end of the day, the question is you would try to portray a certain officer being loyal to one party or the other. And you know that very famous song that goes "O Fortuna valet Luna," that's to say that fortune keeps keep changing. It waxes and wanes like the moon. So this is also going to be an when it comes to power is also going to wax and wane like the moon. So I think the opposition who are now in opposition parties might in fact be crying hoarse now, but when they are in power, they would do the same things that would make sure that some people or their opposition is on their toes. So I think we should just see this from as the agency continuing with its work. rather than looking from
All right.
politics. But since politics is also involved, we are discussing about it.
Well, an interim team is already in place. Who's going to be the next ED director? That's going to be, the debate on most TV channels during the day today. 31st July is what the SC has set as the date for SK Mishra, the current ED director, Enforcement Directorate director, to demit his office.